Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, known as Fifi La Pew Pew to us, but known to most people as a leFhy or a leaf blower. It's one of only two premium SPGs in the game, and Wargaming have finally decided to put it on sale on the NA server, and a lot of people who've been looking for this vehicle for over 3 years finally managed to buy one and now are playing it. This battle is the third game that this player has played in this vehicle. It's Major MTP Cat 6 and he's on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. Now it's got a 105mm light field howitzer mounted on top of a Char B1 hull. Now that's a heavy tank. In fact, it's a Butte Panzer. That means a prize panzer that was captured by the Germans and put into use by their forces as a weapon for them. Now they only converted 16 of the Char B1s into artillery pieces like this, but they've certainly had a very big effect upon the game. I'm not so sure how they fared in real life, because they only made 16. They made more flamethrower tanks using Char B1s than they did artillery pieces, but the 105 light field howitzer is the most popular arty that the Germans made during the war. It was very effective, and in fact most people, most soldiers, when they were being hit by artillery, thought that it was the 88, but in actual fact it turns out it was one of these, the 105mm, because that's the artillery that the Germans had the most of. Okay, he's gone over the river to find a firing position on the other bank. Now, this is not a place that most people will look for nowadays, because I think a lot of artillery players, that when they're looking for counter battery, will look the other side of the river. Now, Major MTP is very good at playing arty, so he does know how to dial in. First shot in the game, and he gets a direct hit on a KV-1. He fires his second one in, but a little too late on that one. He actually didn't anticipate the KV-1 be moving that fast. He's tracking the guy, watching him as he moves to lay the shell down his path. Not enough lead there, and the KV-1's gone into the village. Okay, he needs to give a bit more lead. That's better. That one just overshot him. Bit more lead, and he should be able to get him this time. Oh, he stopped, which makes him much easier to hit, and he's just died. So sadly, Major MTP didn't get that first kill, but there's still time. Okay, up on top of the hill we've got a T-28, which is a Tier 4 Soviet medium tank. He fires a round in, lands just in front of the guy. Okay, the alpha damage of this gun is 410. It'll penetrate 53mm of armor, and he just got a penetration shot or a direct hit there. And it'll also got a burst radius of 1.91 meters. So if you're fairly close to the enemy, you should be able to track him. A little further back, we've got a Hetzer. He's using the hill. That one went a bit long, I think. Yes. The trouble with going from the overhead mode is you don't actually see the topography, the lay of the land. And that can be difficult, because it means then if you're trying to shoot a target that's over the other side of a hill, you've got a very narrow aiming point in order to get contact with it. He fires at the Churchill, gets a direct hit. Over on the other side we've got a Lux, who's come down the other side of the hill, and he's staying near the centre line at the moment. He's just trying to be difficult by weaving to and fro to throw off any fire in his direction, but he's now coming towards Major MTP, changed direction and gone a different way. Now he's going after the Churchill 3, and he's just been wiped out by our Su-85I, which funnily enough is another Butte Panzer, but the other way round. It was actually a Stug captured by the Soviets and turned into a tank destroyer. Rounds out in the Hetzer, just lands in front of him, and he's gone. Now that Lux is getting closer and closer to us, and he's just gone straight past that Matilda, but he is going to engage him, yeah, and unfortunately he's killed him. I have the feeling that Lux is not using the cannon, he's actually using the 5cm gun. If he'd been using the cannon, you would have seen a rat-tat-tat as he was firing the rounds into the Matilda. But he's got single shots, and yeah, the amount of damage he's doing each shot is definitely the 5cm gun. Now he's trying to manually aim on that Lux yet, but he's not come into sight. There's a Stug 3B come down as well from the hill. And suddenly this position does not look as safe as it did before. Here comes the Lux. He's gone to the battle assistant to aim. He can see the guy, and oh, he flipped in the river, and he killed him with one round. But he was hit by the T-28, and again, he's trying to move into a defensive position. Now he's able to aim at the Stug, who's just the other side of the bank, and there's now a T-28 coming in on him. Rounds out, just missed him. Can he get a shot? Oh, he's too close now. He can't flip the shell over that hill into the T-28, so he's going to have to repel that guy by shooting him in the face, and he's gone to the battle assistant again. And circumstances like this, I normally take it out of battle assistant to actually aim directly. Here comes the T-28, dives over the hill, goes straight into the deep water, which is slowing him down, and Major MT just goes like that. And you're dead. He did block a shot from that T-28, but he did take 2 rounds from that guy as well, so... Oh, here comes the Stug. He's going for it as well. We're not loaded yet, actually. We are now. If he comes over that rise, that's it. That's what's going to happen. And he rams into Major MTP and dies in the process. Because that's the TD ramming a heavy tank. It's bound to come off worse. So he's just got a kill by somebody else ramming themselves into him and creating a corpse. Very, very nice that. We call it bugs on the windshield. It's very funny when they do that. Obviously, he just miscalculated. He thought that he could ram Major MTP to death, but no, he cannot do that. There's only 2 enemies remaining, and one of them's on the hill. It's the Hetzer, and he's just killed the M5 Stewart up there. And Major MT tries to get a shot on him. Going to battle assistant this time. Going to follow him, fires around in at his last seen position, but I think he was moving, so you can see the reload time's very quick, 7.85 seconds. It makes this Arty as fantastic as it is the ability to reload in such a short period of time before they can fix their tracks, and also to aim incredibly accurately to hit the enemy again. It doesn't always result in a hit on the enemy. RNG sometimes means you miss the enemy, but most of the time you do get hits if you're dialed in, and that is a proof. He kills the Hetzer with 1 round right into the side of the guy, easily penetrated him, and there's the last remaining enemy. It's the M41 HMC, which is based on a Chaffee tank, so that's a light tank. That round was just too far away to actually do any damage, but he's now going in. Oh, and the others went in and killed him. But he does get the damage assist because he tracked the M41 with his last round. So 4 kills for Major MTP Cat 6. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and we'll see how well he actually did. Well, it's only a 2nd class tanker, but he did pick up some unusual medals, and I think you'll agree they are very welcome. 2nd class tanker on his 3rd game in this Arty. He got a rock solid. Now, you only get a rock solid if your speed is less than 10 kilometers and the enemy tank that actually rams you exceeds the speed of your Arty. So they have to be ramming you at speed as you're moving, and then, or less than 10 kilometers now, so you could be stationary and they'd ram you, and they could pick up an SPG. But it says for ramming when driving an SPG, survive a ramming that destroys the enemy vehicle. And yes, he certainly did. The Stug 3B, certainly he rammed himself to death on the front of Major MTP's Arty, and yeah, very welcome death there. He also got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 4 exactly. He got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 10. But he also picked up an epic medal. He got a Stark's medal. And you can only get a Stark's medal if you manage to kill at least 2 enemy tanks, receive at least 2 shots from the enemy, and lose or potentially lose 2/3 of your hit points in the process. Don't have to be hits that do actually cause you to lose 2/3. You only have to receive a shot and block it. And in this case, the T-28 did fire around him, which was blocked by the tracks, and the total of all of those shots that he received from the T-28 amounted to more than 2/3 of the hit points of your own vehicle. And of course, in order to get a Stark's medal, you have to be alive at the end of the battle as well, and he was, so he got that one. And his win rate from the battle was 3,512, which is Super Unicum standard. So what a great game. He got medals on his 3rd game in the battle. So it just goes to show how good an Arty player that Major MTP is. If we look at the team scores, we can see he got the 2nd highest damage in the game. The 60 GFT got the high caliber and a Confederate for 1,735 hit points, whilst Major MTP Cat 6 managed to get 1,293 hit points, and the Su-85I, the overpowered tank destroyer, got 1,138 hit points. When it came to kills, it was Major MTP who got 4 kills. He got the highest number of kills, 3 kills for the 60 GFT and the Su-85I. Nobody in the enemy team managed to get more than 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in that one as well. 772 to Major MTP, 763 goes to the Su-85I, and finally 604 base experience points goes to 60 GFT. He fired 22 rounds in that game, got 7 direct hits, 4 penetration, 6 splash. Damage of 1,293 hit points, of which 633 were up more than 300 meters. You can see a lot of the damage was done at close range, both against the T-28 and that Stug 3B, as well as the Lux as well, who tumbled into the water and made himself an easy kill. 4 hits received from the enemy, 2 of them were penetrations, those were the ones from T-28, and 2 non-penetrations as well. He blocked damage of 85 hit points in total, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, and did 160 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 37,758 credits. He got 80,000 credits for completing the mission and events, and that brought up a total of 117,758 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, and the ammo on this Arty is very cheap, unless of course you use the heat rounds, it's 102,696 credits profit. He received 1,158 HP for the battle, experience points for the battle, ×2 for the first victory, 463 for this being a premium vehicle, and took away 2,779 experience points altogether. So what a great game for your 3rd battle in this Arty. Yes, a lot of people take a little while to actually get used to it, but the thing is that Major MTP Cat 6 plays Artys at much higher tiers. He plays it at tiers 8, 9 and 10 normally, and on this occasion, of course, he bought this tier 5 Arty so that he could then practice, and of course he's wanted one of these for ages because they're just so much fun. And now of course he'll be using it to train the French crews so that all of his French crews get maximum numbers of skills possible, and it is very good for that purpose, this little Arty. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.